Two.
I got invites, you got invites, we should be good to go.
Oh shit. Alright, what time is it now?
It is 9, so we'll see.
What time are they going?
Should be now, we'll see how long it takes for a
Alright,
field to
I'm
roll
gonna
up.
run to the bathroom.
Alright.
I'll be right there.
Alright, well, welcome back guys. Highside Broadcasting coming back to you guys live again here tonight, this time from Watkins, Glen for the Wednesday group. Playoff time, second race of the round of 16. Eliminations next Wednesday when we go to Bristol. Middle race here for this round. And they should be ready to roll the clock at any moment here. It looks like the clock is going, so I'm gonna back out. And Dan ran to the bathroom, so he'll be back in a minute. But we can go and get back in this thing, and a 12-car field tonight to open up the playoffs. And here we are. Let's go into a Watkins Glen. This is the third. No, I don't think we ran Road America. So second? Is this only the second road course of the season for the Wednesday group? Don't believe they ran Road America. No. So yeah, this is the second road course race. Technosy and Crangers dueled it out for Sonoma. Watkins Glen, we will see what happens. We got a couple ringers in the field tonight, non-playoff drivers like Houdat, field filler, championship contenders in the Wednesday group. Obviously Crangers, who's championship contender in both series. So should be pretty fun. Looks like Dan is back.
I'm back.
What's going on, Dan? We are live and you can join. They're getting ready to go right now.
I'm joining.
Alright, Crangers and Field Filler gonna lead you to green, Prime Gamer, and Technosy. In that second group, you are allowed to cut here, but we will see if there's any incidents that is to happen in the chicane. Dan, I know you have a good history at Watkins Glen. You've won yourself a couple league races on sliders, on setups. I know you're pretty good here. Do you have any insight? What do you expect to see tonight?
I expect to see Crangers out front. I think like there'll be some fast guys and there'll be some guys that are struggling. I mean, like cutting's not always easy, so.
All it takes is one penalty, one mishap through the chicane is all it takes. One spin. Field Filler's lost second. He's now back to third. Prime Gamer is taking second away. Technosy there in fourth. Got Skins there running out the top five as Cranger starts to pull somewhat of a gap here. Prime Gamer gets second. And Technosy closing in on field here for third and fourth.
Yeah, I think it's going to take field a couple laps to get like settled in, but I wouldn't doubt seeing him up towards the front at the end of the night.
Well, like I said, we are in the playoffs. This is the round of 16. This is the second race. So the playoff field has been set. We had our first race a week ago at Atlanta, and where Technosy came back from his hiatus break and came back and won. So we'll see if he can do that again here tonight. We'll talk all about, as we get through this race, we'll bring up the point standings for each driver and where they're at coming into this race, as obviously cut off.
Crangers just spun. No, that's not good.
Oh my gosh, Crangers, you're right. Looks like a penalty there through the bus stop.
Oh, a big one.
Does he have damage?
The whole field's going to go around him. I don't think he's got damage.
Wow. And Cranger's already an early mistake. The favorite to win this race.
Yeah, like he's going to race his way up there quick, I can imagine. If not, then he's going to lose it again. It's going to be one or the other.
Yeah, you're probably right. You get farther back in the field. This is a race. He said he wanted to dominate tonight, and he said he wanted to dominate on Sunday night. He has 2 wins in the Sunday group at championship contender. He's outside the top 4 looking in right now. 2 wins on the year, 4 Crangers looking to get that third. But this series, he has 11 wins. He's dominated the Wednesday group, and he's going to send it in. And he's got a lot of traffic in front of him. That's Tennessee, a playoff guy. You got, I think that's 22, a T-Raw playoff guy, real smooth, I think. All playoff guys here in front of him.
And it's hard to pass here.
It is. And we know it's hard. It's dangerous to follow somebody into the chicane. Looks like the 23 is going to let him go.
see he's gonna let him go. I might just want to let this guy go.
Yeah, Cranger's probably
And
not
now
happy.
he's gonna. Oh yeah, now he's driving it.
Oh, he lost it again! Crangers!
Oh wow.
And here comes the 42 into the door a little bit. He's gonna.
Like, let's go.
Oh my gosh! Well, I told him he needed to start in the back. I guess
Looks
he's.
like Field Filler's got damage. Prime Gamer's got damage.
Oh yeah. Meanwhile, Field Filler's taking the lead. Prime Gamer has lost it.
Technosi's got damage.
Really? I don't see any damage on the 31.
You don't? All right.
The 2. I see damage on the 2. I don't see damage on the 19 though. I see damage on the 1.
Damage on the 23.
I'll tell you what. We're gonna need to watch this 14 car. This is gonna be fun. He's not had a good couple laps through the chicane. Rest of the track, he looks pretty good. Not through the chicane though.
He's not gonna be happy.
No, he's not. Like I said earlier, he said he wanted to dominate this race, and he may not even win the first stage.
And that's why I'm not a fan of the like cut. You know, those guys that are really good at these courses. I just don't agree with it, but it is what it is.
Well, he's got a pack of 4 or 5 cars in front of him.
He's hot. He's passing him on the outside.
He's got to be careful not to get into any of them. We know if you run into somebody through the chicane, True has talked about a penalty. You know, cut at your own risk. If you get a penalty, that's your own deal, but if you wreck somebody because you're cutting, it's the same as every other corner. You know, you plow through somebody into a corner, you know, much less when you're cutting the corner and plowing into somebody, it makes it a lot worse. So, haven't seen that so far. I think everybody's been pretty clean and green. Cranger's one of the only cars to spun from the lead. The point leader, the favorite to win this race, potentially the favorite to win Sunday.
I think so.
Pretty much midfield right now. He's behind the 24, real smooth. Let's talk about the points here, because talking about real smooth, he comes in right around the cut line. He is actually below it. So let's start from the top. Crangers, plus 112, relatively safe. All the playoff points he's built up throughout the season, he's relatively safe. Technasi, plus 63, relatively safe. Skins, plus 52. Rob, plus 48, all guys that are safe this round. The points do not reset again. So they might be looking towards the round of 12, the round of 8, trying to get to the final 4. They may not be safe there, but at least for the round of 16, they're pretty safe. Prime Gamer, Viper, plus 37, plus 35. Hootie, plus 31. Then it gets tough. Wrigley is plus 23. He isn't here tonight. Gonna lose a lot of points. Bell Hunter, plus 9. Not here tonight. T-Raw, plus 8. He's in the race. R-Tide is plus 8. He's not here tonight. Mac is plus 1, though he's done. So, Tennessee, minus 1, and Band 1, minus 4. They're both in the race tonight. They could find themselves in the cut line versus being out. And then Real Smooth, who's minus 9, also in the race tonight. So the points are going to take a big turn after the race. And then we're going to go into the cutoff race next week. Kari is minus 19. He's not here, so he's kind of out of the picture at this point. But so with that being said, a lot of guys that are not in the race tonight, and we got guys who are in the race tonight below the cut. So the points are going to change a lot. Meanwhile, Field Fillers, he's still in the lead. Crangers has caught him.
He is coming. He is cutting like crazy.
I don't believe Field. I think Hoodat's ahead of Field. Prime Gamer is ahead of Field. Something happened to Field. He's 4th. Technasi, Hoodat. So Crangers is up to 5th. The leader's in sight, though. Do you think he's going to make another self-mistake, or is he going to fight his way to the lead here?
I don't know. I mean, like, he's like cutting like a madman right now, so he's on the run. He's coming quick.
The last time I broadcasted a race at Watkins Glen where it was cutting, I believe it was the Misfits League, and I believe you won that race, Dan.
Yep. I did.
Oh, this stage is done. Crangers is 5th. So Prime Gamer wins stage number 1. Technasi 2nd. Big points for these playoff guys. Hoodat and Field 3rd and 4th. Crangers ends up 5th. I'm sure he's not happy about that. And then rounding out the top 10, Viper, Hootie Hoo, Skins, T-Raw, and Ban. Ban comes in below the cut, gets a stage point. Pretty interesting first stage here. This race should go by pretty quickly. Only a 45 lap overnight. Prime Gamer, stage 1 winner here at the Glen. Pretty entertaining first stage there. Though he's going to have damage. It looks like he's got damage, so he may not come out the leader. We could see Technosy or Hudat come out the leader here. Crangers
Sky cam on this restart.
Crangers did something with the tires. He came out the leader. He shouldn't have gained 4 spots like that, so he did something on the tires. Though we know tires are not a big deal at road courses, so he chose track position over tires. And through turn 1, Crangers is clear. As we look through the rest of the field, Field Filler and Prime Gamer battle it out for second. Real smooth. Playoff guy below the cut. Looking for third right now. Hudat there in 5th. Cranger screwed it up. Going through the chicane last time.
Can he make it
screwed
through?
Up twice.
Let's see.
That
looks like... boy, he almost lost it. That might be a caution. Someone might have lost it. He was sideways on my screen. I don't know about yours.
We got a we got a hornet's nest back here. The 22 and the 7, the 42 all under a blanket here. They got the 99, the 9 right in front. This is a hornet's nest from 7th or 8th all the way to last. T-roll loose. Rob underneath him. Sideways. Hang on to it there. The 42 misses the corner up and in the fence. The 38 gets by. And they are racing here for 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. About. This is where these guys are.
That's where the race is. It's in the back.
Yeah.
Going at it.
Rob is clear of the 22. Here comes the 38 now with the run. Into the fence. He's going to lose spots big time there. Oh, and you know what? Yeah. I have been mistaking this the whole time. The 24 car. That's not Real Smooth. That is Viper. So I screwed that up. This is Viper riding inside the top 5. Real Smooth is in the 38. I get that confused. Real Smooth drives the 24 on Sunday. Tell you what, the 7 and the 22 hauled through the chicane that time. Not just Crangers who's getting through it. Meanwhile, we go back to Crangers. He has not built up a very big lead. Field Filler lurking.
Yeah, I told you, once Field, you know, I mean, I could give him a couple laps and he'll just be right there, just waiting for him to make a mistake.
Field Filler riding here in the 2nd position. Prime Gamer, Stage 1 winner there in 3rd. Did he hit the guardrail? Very close. He almost hit it. That guardrail sticks out there as you try and bring it back onto the track to enter the S's.
Looks like old Field Filler's car is wrapping in turns pretty well.
Viper riding in 3rd, Technosy in 4th. Or sorry, riding in 4th and Technosy riding in 5th. We got Prime Gamer is 3rd. These top 5 seem to be separating themselves from the rest of the field. Meanwhile, big group back here still. T-Raw, Hootie Hoo, Skins. All of them under a blanket here. Tell you what, this has been anything but boring for a road course race. This has been hornet's nest. You got 6 of these guys under a blanket.
And, like, it's hard to race like this close on these tracks.
Oh, dude, yeah. You talk about breaking points and getting loose on exit, rumble strips. Very hard just to not wreck yourself, much less, you know, not wreck the guy in front of you. And the 1 gets hit in the back, spun around.
The 1 spun around, yeah.
The 23 hit him in the back, and that's how he got turned around. Real Smooth barely gets by. You saw the same thing I did. That's rear end damage for sure. And the 22 into the fence here in the first turn, misses it.
Boys are digging, trying.
They're trying. Hudat riding inside the top 5 here. He actually might be 6th. There's so many ways to screw up a road course every lap. It is so hard to hit your marks, and even just to say you're going to be calm, you're going to, you know, not overdrive it, it is still very easy. Get your rear end on the rumble strip a little odd, it snaps you around, or you know, you get loose under braking and get a penalty in the chicane, miss a corner, hit a guardrail. You know, there's many guardrails. You can hit the guardrail going into the chicane, because some people try and take it by going onto the rumble strip. You can clip the guardrail. Coming out of turn 1 here, entering the chicane, or entering the S's there's that guardrail as well. We've seen people hit that. A lot of ways to screw up this track. And I believe this is only the second road course the Wednesday group has run this season. The other one was Sonoma. So not a lot of road course experience for these guys this season. This is the first road course we've been allowed to cut at.
Granger's got a good run off that turn.
Yeah, that looked like a pretty good carousel.
Yeah, you wrapped that, boy, let me tell you.
Field filler's still not out of sight, though. Hanging around back there. One spin from Crangers. You know, if he builds up a big enough of a lead, you know, say in the final stage where we have a longer run, he might be able to get away with a spin or two as long as he doesn't get a lot of damage. But the gap he has right now, if he spins it around, he will not retain the lead. So
Granger's car looks a little loose. You know, I mean, it's fast, but it looks a little loose.
Yeah, I had been running my own car.
Like the front of it looks a little tight. You know, but he's rolling.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been running my own car, but I ran his the other day. Or today, I think it was. Could not drive it. I don't know what the deal was. I was decent through the whole track, but I could not get through the chicane. It was super loose. Yeah. I don't know how he gets through it. It seemed a little tight, like you said, on the front end through the rest of the track. But
well, yeah, like I could tell just by watching the car on the track that
my car is set up is free. I like it like that, being free and being yeah, the whole car has rotation. His kind of was tight on entry, a little, you know, the rear end was kind of free, which isn't a bad combination. You know, that's how you get good runs off the corner. Tight front end, loose rear end. I don't know what the heck was wrong with the car in the chicane. I was going in 4th gear, not even downshifting, and still couldn't hang on to it. Like, it was really bad. I could not. So, but I also figured my car out, so hopefully I'll be ready come Sunday. Dan, I know you're good at Watkins, Glen. How do you feel? You know, you think you're going to have a top 5 run, maybe a potential winning run? What do you think?
I got some work to do. You know, I gotta log some laps, and I gotta get a little better. Not as good here as what I once was, you know.
I don't know about that. I think everybody's also gotten better.
No, I'm not. I mean, I'm not hitting the turns right. The car doesn't feel right. Like, I'm doing all right, but I'm not like I was. I mean, I could like run the track back in the day and hit like every corner perfect, and I just can't. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure it out. But that's how these courses are. Like, you gotta come in, you gotta run a lot of laps. Unless, you know what I mean, like you love them and that's all you run for. You gotta come in and pay your dues, you know what I mean, if you want to run up front.
Yeah, I'm not somebody that can show up and just run. Like, you know, for instance, even running the short tracks in the Sunday group, like, I have to practice those. Like, if we go back to Richmond this Sunday, I'd have to run it all week. You know, go back to Phoenix. I was super good at Phoenix when we ran back there in, what, February, March? If we ran there today, I'd be awful. I'd have to spend a week running it. You know, I spent weeks running the Roval. I spent a couple of days running the Glen. Yeah, I'm not somebody... There are people who can show up and do well. Yes. I have to practice. Even my own halves, I have to learn my marks. I have to learn my car. You got to practice. Now, Crangers, he is kind of a road course ringer. He is good at every road course. But he's also good at the 1.5 miles on the short tracks, but he's especially good at the road courses, so I don't know how much practice he requires. I know, for instance, you brought your son on and played. No experience on the game and was killing it on the road courses. I'm not somebody that can do that, but with practice, I can be right there. But, yeah, to your point, it takes practice to run.
It does. I mean, my goal, I guess, would be like to fight for 3rd. You know what I mean?
1, 2, 3 for Haas.
I'm going to have to get a little better to fight for 3rd, so, you know, probably be more or less, you know what I mean, probably trying to get a top 5. Kind of hate to say that, but I'm going to do what I can. So. We'll see. We'll see. I'm always, I think, a little better when it comes to race day. I try harder, you know, I don't really...
Yeah.
I mean, I try, but I don't really try.
Get concentrated and get in the zone.
Yeah.
I have that where if I'm in the zone, I'm really well. Yes. And I've showed up to races this season and not been in the zone. And haven't been good races.
Yeah, it's a bad race. I've had that too.
Sometimes I get on and my mind's just not in it. Versus sometimes I get on... Yep, I thought that was a penalty for field. I was on him. I'm like, he cut that a lot.
Yeah, it
And
looked
I'm
like
like,
Field was getting
slowing
passed by
down.
cars too, and I don't know what that was all about.
Well, there's a lot of front end damage on that car, so something
Oh
happened.
yeah.
He's
Oh,
back
he's
to
got a hood
fourth.
scoop now. Look at him.
Yeah,
Field's got a hood scoop.
I saw that. I'm like,
It's
he
like that
cut that a
motor's just trying
lot.
to break its way out of there.
I thought he was on the other half of the grass there. I'm like, I think that's a penalty. And sure enough, car started slowing down. It was a
Crangers,
penalty.
where's Crangers? Out in his own zip code here,
He's
or
out in
what?
his own zip code. Looks like Technosy and Prime Gamer, I believe, have taken second and third. Viper is fourth. And then I think Skins, is he? He's up there somewhere, though I don't know if Field retained fifth or not. Meanwhile, Crangers, he's got a pretty
Crangers
big
running
lead
out
here.
wide and they're like wrapping that turn again, coming out of that bus stop.
He's got a pretty big lead. We should throw a, oh, what are them things that, you know, when you have a car on the loose, you throw out and get their tires. I forget what those are called. We should do that to Crangers here and
Alright.
make him pit. Do a pit maneuver on him or something. Somebody's got to get close enough, though, to do a pit maneuver. That was the end of the stage there.
Yeah.
So he didn't win stage 1, but he got stage 2 in Redemption. He's going to have a lot of laps that he has to put together in stage 3, but that's also a lot of laps for him to recover if he makes a mistake. So,
Yeah.
Prime Gamer won stage 1, is second here in stage 2. Look at the
And
rest
he's
of the
also racing
results.
Sunday, right? Prime Gamer
Yeah,
Sunday.
he is. He's not a playoff driver, but he is racing on Sunday. Trying to get the rest of these results here. Field Filler fell all the way down to 7th. So Technosy 3rd, Viper 4th. Am I reading that right? Is that Band 1 in 5th? Awesome run there. Band run, like I said, comes in below the cut. 5th there in stage 2. Hoodat, Field, Rob, Hootie Hoo, and T-Raw there, the top 10. That's an exceptional run there for the 42 car. No cars a lap down.
And
Final stage.
Final stage, and we got one pit, right?
We will see.
Yeah, I think it's one pit, and you know, I think you have to take 4. So this is a flat-out race, pretty much.
Oh, Field had damage. He went all the way to last.
Ooh. Yeah, when you get damage here, it could be a lot. You know what I mean? Like 15 seconds.
Oh, Prime sends it in. Going to keep it door to door with Crangers. The momentum on exit, though, for Crangers is going to get him clear. Prime gave him a run for it. Couldn't get it. Hornet's Nest for third, Dan. That's scary. It's always scary in a Hornet's Nest like that, entering the bus
I feel
stop
like I'm
of
at
all
a bowling
corners.
alley right now. Oh boy, let's see how this goes. I don't think this is gonna work.
Oh, Prime Gamer hit the guardrail going in, and there's a big wreck through the chicane.
Yeah,
You got cars around everywhere.
No
Field
caution.
fillers around. The one in field is still getting into it.
You have to ask
No
yourself,
caution.
are the cautions on?
They are on. No caution.
This game just ain't throwing cautions today.
Wow, that happened. Prime Gamer was second, hit the guardrail going in. Big crash.
Oh, we got another car spun around. 42.
Oh, that's banned. Finished fifth in the second stage. That's a caution. We got a caution here.
Alright, let's stack them.
I think that's the one thing Cranius doesn't want to see is re-racking them and restacking them. One mistake and he's back here in the Hornet's Nest.
Yeah. All it takes him is just to get bumped going into turn 1 to be arrived, you know.
Yeah, we saw the second place car hit the guardrail on entry. Everybody came piling in there. A lot of cars gonna have a lot of damage. Technosy comes out second. The last time we were at a road course, Sonoma, it was a Crangers vs. Tech show. We had a Stuart Haas booth at the time. Me, Martin, and Dan were in the booth broadcasting that one. And those two put on quite a show. You remember that one, Dan? Back at Sonoma,
where?
Stuart Haas booth. It was Crangers vs. Tech there at the end. Technosy got him, I believe. Crangers, something happened. He's back to fifth. I don't know if maybe the leaders didn't pit.
No,
Tech,
he's got
Viper, Hoodat, and Real Smooth.
I would think that he's got a strategy in mind You know what I mean? Like, Rangers is a pretty good thinker, so.
Well, strategy and track position, you gotta weigh the
Yeah, I hear
options.
you. It's a little danger there, that's for sure.
He's
Now
got
he's got to
3
hope that he don't
cars.
get run over here.
I think he's gonna have a big enough of a gap. They're racing pretty hard behind him, but something like, you know, somebody could hit the guardrail in front of him again.
We got, oh, I don't know. This could be iffy right
Oh,
here.
who dat let him go? Cringer sent it in and right up to the back bumper of these two. Meanwhile, they're going through it behind. Everybody got through. They're all nose to tail, side by side, but they all got through. This is where Crangers needs to be patient. At this point,
Yeah,
he's
you got to
got
be
the
patient
whole
here because
rest
this
here.
turn gets you in a lot of trouble right here.
Just got to be patient. He is being patient. Backed it up. Gets a run out. He's going to get underneath the 19. Good move. 19 stayed on his quarter, though, and he's going to lose 2 spots here. Down the straightaway, the momentum, I think Hudat's been kind of being nice to him, though. We got a caution.
Oh.
Going through the field, seeing what happened. Looks like the 38's got damaged, the 23, the 7. And here we are in the final stage. And that should take the pit out of it. If they pit here, that should take the pit out of it.
Yeah, if I had to guess when this starts, we're going to see Rangers.
Well, I mean, they all should pit here. Then they all can make it, I do believe. Looks like one stayed out.
Nope.
The 42, band 1.
I thought I knew what he was doing, but...
Well, everybody had to pit there for gas, so unless he was going to take no tires, and likely they all did that, there was no way for him to gain track position. Now he's back to 5th. The 2 sends it in pretty hard, misses it. Gonna lose a lot of spots. Meanwhile, Technasi looking for the lead. This is what Crangers don't want to see. 2 by 2, everybody here going into the chicane. This is what Crangers doesn't want. He wants everybody to get separated, then he can be patient, make the passes, get out front and go. Restarts like this, something's gonna happen eventually. And there, Crangers into the back of the 19, maybe 19, the 42 into the guardrail and exit. 19 misses it. Field filler up to 6th. Viper 5th, Tech 4th. Dan missed it. Oh. Back to the lead goes Crangers. Now can Band 1 hang on to it? No, here comes Hudat.
Hudat up to 2nd.
That should take the pit out of it. 14 to go, 16 laps of gas. Hopefully the 14 can make it. The only one that didn't pit. And the 19, I think he got shoved in there. Loses 2 spots.
Well, at least he's... Oh, there's another spin out. 22.
Oh, massive wreck. You're right. Wow.
Out in the distance there. Another caution.
Hootie hoo. T-Raw and real smooth. And Crangers is like, come on, let's get strung out so I can get away. The later we get in this race.
That's what he's saying right now. Damn it.
He seems pretty good, though, going from 5th to 1st, and it only takes him a lap. So even if we have a 2-lap shootout, if he isn't in the lead, he might be fine. But to get to the end of the race, people are going to be more aggressive, so maybe not.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's going to pit here, I'd have to imagine, except for the ones with damage. Whole race has been caution-free until this final stage.
Yep. Boys want it.
Top 9 stayed out.
Rangers is like pretty good on his starts, so you can check out quick.
Yeah, it's dangerous when he's restarting 5th and he can't get out front coming into the chicane, but when he restarts 1st, he can kind of separate a gap. He's got Hudat, Tech, and Field behind him. I think he'll be fine this time. Band 1 loses spots there on the outside through the S's. Viper, Prime Gamer right behind him. Here we go. I think everybody kind of took it easy on entry to the chicane there.
Let's get it together, boys.
Oh, that's definitely... Yep, penalty for T-Brawl. He cut it too much. I thought he did. Hudak into the fence off of the final corner. Goes... Field goes by him. Cranger's still the lead here. 10 to go.
Oh, Hudak got loose.
Band 1 missed the first turn big time too. They're still very close back here. Something could easily happen, though. I think they've gotten to the point. They got a couple laps in. They're starting to get strung out. They should be fine. But there's enough close to each other here. Something could happen still. Crander's still out front. The 9 goes really wide behind him. Field gets loose behind him. Battle heating up for second. Hudak goes by Field. Field's still trying to gather it up. Now comes the 19 into the guardrail. And here comes the 24 and the 42. This is the battle to be watching here. Now the 19 losing spots. I'm gonna go out on a wild guess and say Crangers is probably the favorite here to win this race.
I think so.
A lot of cars under a blanket. The 9 to the 31 to the 24 to the 42 to the 19 to the 2, and lurking a little further back there is another car. I think that's the 1.
What do we got? Field running third?
Yes.
Okay, Hudak's really actually kind of picked it up. I was racing when he went through the bit. He didn't seem this fast. Looks like he found something.
Tell you what, if Cranders wasn't in this, we'd have a heck of a battle for the lead right now. He's done checked out, but everybody else is still very close here.
Look at the 19 running back that guy. I'm actually kind of surprised to see that. He's always quick, isn't he?
Yeah. And usually he's pretty good at road courses as well. I just don't know how much time. Like you said, you got to put time in here. Maybe he didn't this week. This is so hard. It is so hard to run behind another car because you don't want to check up so much that you're losing time and you could get run into the back of. But you don't want to send it in too hard and hit the guy in front of you. But you don't know where their braking point is, and you know where yours is, and it throws you off if you choose a different point, and it's just so hard to follow behind another car at a road course. And naturally, you slow your pace down a ton by doing so. And all 5 of these guys are having to do it.
Just gone, dude. You can barely see the cars.
Yeah.
Field killer, I think. Did he find his way to second? He did. I told you. He knew that he found his way up there. He always does.
Well, here comes Viper and Tech here on Hudak. Both of them getting pretty close.
Really sending it through there.
I thought Field wasn't going to cut.
He's cutting. And he's coming out of that turn pretty good. He's starting to gather it up. He's starting to get it here.
Be curious to see what lap time Crangers puts down. He has a whole race to put down a lap time. I'm sure he'll have something pretty good.
You know, it looks like Field is starting to check up. Hurt.
Yeah, these guys just can't really break away from each other. Field is starting to check out a little bit, but the rest of these guys are still under a blanket. 6 to go here.
You know what we need?
What's that?
Caution.
I agree. That'd be fun. Not for anybody but
Sorry,
Crangers.
Crangers, but
For everybody but Crangers, that'd be really fun.
yeah.
Or we just need Crangers to spin out.
Right, and then they try to gather back up.
Yeah.
Oh, he would be mad.
Oh, heck yeah.
Imagine if he didn't win this race. I don't think he'd talk.
He's already been threatening me in practices. He's like, if you're ahead of me at the end of these stages, I'm knocking you out of the way. You don't need the points and I do. And I'm like, you're telling me your hands. So now if I'm behind you, what's to keep me from running into the back of you? I mean, sure, I don't need the points, but that doesn't mean you race me any differently than anybody else. So, I don't know. I mean, if something happens here where Crangers has to pass another car within these last 5 laps, it's gonna get good. Because he wants to win, he likes this track, he's put a lot of time in, he's fast here. But that don't give you the right to wreck somebody like he's been saying he'll do. But we'll see how this thing plays out. True Death in the house.
What's up, what's up?
What's going on?
How they doing?
They're doing good. The first 2 stages. Who dat into the wall there? In second, hit the guardrail coming out of the chicane. Gathers it back up. Remains in. I think he's third. We're doing pretty good. First 2 stages went caution free.
Cool.
And this final stage, I think we had a couple cautions. 3 maybe to open up. But the last 5 or 6 laps, they've gotten spread out. And we are coming up on 4 to go. Crangers out front. Who dat third. Field is second. We got a big battle for third. Field is second, and then you got Houdat, Viper, and Tech, and Prime.
Okay.
It's been a battle, really. All 4 of these guys, it's been a battle for second. And at points for the lead. Cranger spun out twice in the first stage, and Prime Gamer was the stage 1 winner.
Oh, man. Good job by him, man.
We talked a lot about the playoffs coming into this race tonight. There are guys that are above the cut that didn't make it, and there are guys below the cut having themselves a night. Band 1 was 5th in stage 2. He comes in below the cut. Real Smooth comes in below the cut. Oh, the 24! I think the 19 may have got into the back of him.
I don't even know if he turned.
I think the 19 got into the back of him.
Oh, did he?
I think so. That was a hard right through the chicane.
Oh, yeah, he's got a hood scoop now, too.
I think the 19 may have got into the back of him, but the 24 could have also. It's easy to lose it through the chicane. True talked about the what are you calling it? As the race goes on, you get those scoots in the chicane,
Yep.
you get caught in it.
The ruts, the mud ruts, yep.
That could have happened, or he could have got hit in the back. We'll see. The 7 goes through, no issues for him. We go back to Crangers, a pretty big lead here.
Crangers is gone.
3 to go. We haven't had many late race cautions in the Wednesday group. Could we get one here?
He is throwing it in there.
Maybe Crangers wants to back it off a little.
He's got
Though,
sparks coming off his car.
I will say, backing it off when you're in a groove can throw you off. So maybe he needs to just keep doing what he's doing. But if he's pushing as hard as he is, he could also. It's tough at a road course. But when you're in a groove, you're in a groove, and when you start backing it off a little bit to be safe, it throws you off. Coming to 2 to go here for Crangers. As long as he doesn't make a mistake and we don't get a caution within the next minute and 4 seconds.
I almost think the race is for third right now.
Yeah, Field is kind of checked out for second. If something happens to Crangers, he'll be in the captain seat to get it done. Houdat there in third, Tech, and Prime. Gonna ride along with Crangers here, making sure nothing happens.
Now, has Phil been in playoffs in the Wednesday group?
No, this is his first race.
Okay.
No, he hasn't raced yet, so he's not even in the points.
Just getting in his practice.
Alright, through the chicane for the second to last time. Can Crangers get through there? Pretty smooth. He's got a couple more turns here before you can see the white flag, praying for no caution. It's always nerve-wracking when you're leading and you got 2 or 3 to go. You just can't wait to get to the white.
So is Wrigley in the race or?
Nope, he's one of the guys that's above the cut that didn't make it. Same with Bowhunter.
Oh.
Here we go. Final turn, and Cranger's white flag in the air. Race is official at this point. He's got a big lead. Now he's saying, if you want to wreck, go ahead. Looking for the 12th win of the season. It's been a dominating year in the Wednesday group. He's got 2 wins in the Sunday group. He claims he wants to dominate both races. He's put a lot of work in. Made a mistake early in the first stage, went back, came back to finish 5th. Made it through a couple cautions in the early point of this stage. Gets to the chicane, no issue. 2 turns for Crangers. He can back it down at this point. Should be good to go. Looks like he's gonna do it through the final turn. That was a pretty good turn. And Crangers, he's gonna do it.
Over and just let these guys go by, or?
I don't think so.
No.
He got it done. The winner at Watkins Glen, Crangers, wins it. We'll see by how much. Field Filler gets 2nd. He still hasn't crossed the line yet. Looks like a 9-second gap.
Wow.
The Field Filler also has a good 6-second gap to Tech. Those are the top 3. And then Prime Gamer, Hoodat, Band 1, Viper, Tennessee, Hootie Hoo, and T-Raw. The top 10 here. Skins, Real Smooth, and Rob. Nobody went a lap down that I know of. Alright. There will be one more road course the whole rest of the way for the Wednesday group. That'll be the Charlotte Roval in about 5 races. 4 races? Yeah, 4 races. We got Bristol to end the round of 16 next week, and then we got, I think it's Kansas, Talladega, and then the Roval. The Roval will be the cutoff for the round of 12, and then we go into the round of 8, where it is, I think it's, what, Homestead, Vegas, and Martinsville, I think, and then we go to Phoenix for the finale. So, Crangers, another win. Alright, let's get Crangers, Field, and Technosy in here. What kind of lap time you think he ran? Over or under a 104.4? Over.
Under, over?
I'm gonna say a 104.4.
He was moving a couple of them.
Crangers ran a 104.5. Alright. Pretty good race tonight. Couple cautions there in the final stage, but the first 2 stages caution free. And we're going to start with our 3rd place finisher. I think it was Tech, or was it Hoodat? I don't recall. Technosy, you got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Were you 3rd? Am I right there?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, fresh off a victory a week ago at Atlanta in his first race back from his hiatus, finishing 3rd tonight at a road course. You were the defending road course winner. I believe you won Sonoma. Coming in tonight, how'd you feel about your car coming in? You were in a pretty good point situation, Tech, and you're going to leave in a pretty good point situation as well. I'm pretty sure you're probably thinking long run. You know, you're probably thinking round of 12 for sure, round of 8, trying to get into that final 4. But all in all, how'd you feel going in and, you know, getting a 3rd place run tonight? Walk me through it.
Yeah, glad to be here in the podium. I didn't really know how my car was going to handle in traffic, and I'd say it was pretty good. I knew I wasn't going to have race-winning pace, especially with Cranges. You he put in some insane lap times. But yeah, overall had a good day. A few cautions there. I think I was involved in one of them, but I made my way back up to third thanks to Hudat. He moved out of the way, so appreciate him for doing that. And hopefully I can replicate this next week at Bristol.
All right. Well, you're also in the running. You're in the playoff standings for the Sunday group as well. I'm not sure how much practice you plan on doing the whole rest of the week, but leaving the race tonight, how do you feel about your car? You think you're gonna you come in pretty well above the cut line, but again, you're probably thinking round of 8, round of 12, round of 8. How do you feel going into the Sunday group?
Yeah, that one's a little bit questionable because do the points reset after each round?
They do not. They reset once, and that is it. So the points you accumulated all season, the playoff points, and whatever you earn every race in the playoffs, it all adds up.
Okay. Well, I guess I'd be lucky to make the round of 8 then. I know I'm pretty far behind the rest of the drivers up past the top 10, but yeah, I mean we'll keep working through it and see if I can run for a championship there on Sunday.
All right. Well, awesome run tonight, Tech. Glad you're back with us. First and a third in your first 2 races back. Not too bad. Awesome run tonight. All right. We're going to move on to our second place finisher. It's not very often that I get to interview field filler. Do you got a copy, Field?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, you're another driver that's running for a championship on Sunday, but coming into your first race tonight, the Wednesday group, all in all, you came in. How'd you feel about your car and walk me through your race? Coming home second, not too bad.
Well, I think now that I made the playoffs in this here Wednesday league, I'm going to go on and win the championship. So, no, I believe it or not, before, when I jumped into your public lobby and watched you run this track, and I saw how you ran the bus stop, so I was trying that, and so I definitely improved running that line that you run. I actually ran my fastest lap ever in that race, and then when I saw it, I ran like a 104.6, and I seen it, and I about crapped my pants, and I went into turn 1 and wrecked.
I've
so
done
I ended
that.
up going back to 13th place.
I've done
crazy.
that. Oh, look at that lap. Oh, I got to get ready for turn 1. But,
and,
well.
Yeah, that was funny. But, somehow I worked my way back up to second, but yeah, I ain't got nothing for Crangers, that's for sure, and probably not for you on Sunday either. So, but I'm happy with finally running a lap like that. Can't do it every time, but I'll take it. I practiced tonight because I can't practice tomorrow, so I appreciate you letting me do that.
Yeah, I mean, I figure why not? We're at the point, we're letting Hudat and Crangers and everybody. Dan, do you have anybody do you have anything you want to add here, Field?
No, I'm good.
All right, then we're going to move on to our race winner for the 515th gazillion time this season. Crangers, do you got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure if that's are you happy you won, or are you disappointed you didn't sweep the stages? You went into the race tonight with the expectation you wanted to dominate, and you have the expectation to dominate on Sunday. I know you like Watkins Glen, you're a road course ringer. Coming into the race tonight, how do you feel leaving?
Not very confident, I'll tell you that. I mean, I know I won the race by a substantial amount, but that doesn't explain what happened during the race, how I was feeling during the race. But I didn't really feel connected with the car. I felt like it was doing things that I wasn't normally used to doing, so I was probably a little slower than normal. I think I was about 4 to 5 tenths slower a lap almost. So I was on practicing earlier, and I was hitting really good laps, but I don't know what happened this race. I was just a bit slower, but I mean, happy I came out of here with a good point situation. Glad to get another win, but I won't be here next week for Bristol, so I'm hoping to gain all those points so I don't lose them in the next week.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you coming out of this race, you're in a pretty good point situation. Obviously, you had a lot of playoff points coming in, and a solid week last week, a great race tonight. You're going to have a lot of points, a big points cushion for sure over the cut line, much less, the the cut line for the top 4, which is probably your expectation leaving the race tonight, which you have a pretty good gap for both. But like I said, you came in tonight with the expectation to win. You came out a winner. So another win tonight for Crangers, and top 3 for Field and Tech. And Dan, Drew, do you guys have anything you want to add before we close this thing out?
Nah, but good win, good podiums on the other two. Field filler, good to hear you got down in 104s finally. But good race, everybody. See y'all Sunday.
All right. Well, Dan, do you have anything you want to add? All right.
I think he's gonna eat
He's
steak.
eating a steak.
Yeah, he's eating a steak. I'm gonna put $10 down. It's a ribeye. All right. Well, with that being said, we're gonna go on to Bristol next week, and the round of 16 cutoff. Gonna be a lot of point situations going into next week. Like I said, some guys that came in above the cut. Wrigley Bowhunter didn't race tonight, and some guys that came in below the cut. Band, Tennessee, Real Smooth is going to shake up the points going in the next week at Bristol. So, with that being said, we will see you guys in a week for the cutoff. Remember, the points don't reset, so we will go right into the round of 12 right after next week. So, with that being said, make sure to tune in on whatever streams, Crangers and True, and I don't know if Field streams, whoever streams on the Sunday group, make sure to check us out. And we'll be sure to put on a show Sunday. And with that being said, we will see you guys in a week at Bristol. Peace.